Hi, and welcome to the Yarn Have a Geek podcast. My name is Laura. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Ravelry as Yarn Have a Geek. There is also a Ravelry group for the podcast where you can find all the show notes and take part in any contests or cals I'll be holding in the future again. So, this is probably going to be a short episode. I'm going to be doing a bit of rambling at the end, but let's get started with this week's episode, shall we? Alright, on to whips of the week. I don't have much whips done. As my title of this episode, I was mostly focused on blankets, including trying to finish the September section for this blanket, which is right behind me. And unfortunately, there are no finished objects because this was basically a blanket and Harry Potter themed work week. And first up, as I said, since this was a Harry Potter themed work week, I got some more work done on my second Griffin sock. And I've almost finished this first repeat of the gargoyle chart section. I've got one more repeat of that section to do before I'm off on the heel flap. And right now, this is the only sock I'm going to be focusing on because this is the second sock of the pair that I'm trying to finish. I've been working on this for over a year or so. Hopefully, I can get this done before Halloween. So hopefully, I can get this done before Halloween or before my next con, which I'm going to be talking about in my rambling section. Alright, and next up is something I haven't worked on in a while, but it is now fall and I can get back to working on it because working on blankets during the summer was ridiculous because it was a very hot summer. But I got one row of bobble stitches in on it's a Hogwarts blanket number 2. I am hoping to chart I'm actually going to chart the house crest from Hogwarts. So that way I can do the bobble stitch blankets for the house crest. And if they do something for Ilvermorny, I'm going to hopefully get something done for that as well. Alright, and next up, if you follow me on my Facebook page, you will have noticed I updated a certain blanket last night, and it is the Ron Weasley blanket, and I have finally gotten the 4th row done. It's all sewn up together on the blanket, so now we get to go through the little trail from the first square I started with to the last square, which I finished last night before sewing them all onto here. So here we go, the blanket trail. Also, 40% done now. Well, I had about 3 squares I had to finish sewing up on here before last night, which included the last one I finished. So there is that. I was just going to place it there, but I'm going to place it here because the next whip, which is our last one for this episode, it's my Nakia Infinity Scarf. I'm obviously using different colors than they used in the movie. Like, I try to color match as best as possible because I want basically a duplicate of the one, but I have at least one of the colors they used. It's just in worsted weight and not the fingering weight they wanted, but so yay, section 3 is done on the Infinity Scarf, so I just gotta pick up the next color, which thankfully is just is at the yarn shop that's nearby me, so I'll be picking that up hopefully before the end of this week. And I'm going to also be starting work on the next row for the Ron Weasley blanket. Basically, I'm going to be working on a whole bunch of commissions for this next week, hopefully. Get back to work on a bunch of amigurumis. Because I just yesterday I picked up the newest Crafty is Cool amigurumi pattern, which is of the original 1990s Pennywise, portrayed by Tim Curry. So I'm going to be working on that this week. And actually that is it for Whips of the Week. And there are no finished objects this week because I was focused on working on all the blankets this week. Alright, so next up, last segment, ramblings. Alright, on to some ramblings. Okay, so last weekend was Windsor Comic Con. I never talked about that before, but the reason I'm talking about it now is because last week, on the Wednesday before the con, I won 2 passes that were like total of $200. It were the pro passes that I could just... Basically, it's like the VIP, almost VIP pass of Fan Expo. Oh, but, so I won 2 free passes to Windsor Comic Con last week. And unfortunately, because they kept delaying the announcing of the winner, it was harder, and I won, which is... Winning contests for me is rare. Like, now that I think of it, I won one last year around this time as well. So basically, I think fall is my lucky month for winning contests for some strange reason. But so won tickets, unfortunately, planning to go to that con last minute, trying to find a ride. If no one he wanted to come with me, I would have had to spend like a little more over $100 for a round trip via Greyhound, because if I was booking it via train, that would have cost even more, because I like to book my via train rides 1 month in advance to the event that I'm going to. Also, trying to book a hotel, even though I kind of wanted to book a Airbnb, because that would have been a whole lot cheaper for me, because I was only going to stay in Windsor for 1 night. But I have lost my government. I don't have any ID, or should I say, I cannot remember where I placed my ID. My ID is somewhere here. So basically, and plus this con was in the casino and hotel in Windsor, and I was told I would need my ID to go there. So with all that stress, I wasn't able to go. But there was one good silver lining of me not going to Windsor Comic Con, even though I won the tickets, is I got to buy my Southside Serpent jacket, which I have been wanting since it came out, I think a year or so ago. But every time I went to the Hot Topic when I had the money, they did not have my size in stock, or when I didn't have the money, they had my size in stock. So that was basically my cat and mouse game with this jacket. So basically, I saw it earlier, or in the week, before I won the tickets to Windsor Comic Con, and I saw that it was at the Hot Topic I always go to. It was the last one in my size, and I'm going, and I am wishing that it would still be there by the time I got there on the Friday, in which I would have my pay with me. It was there. I got my jacket, and I absolutely love it. I'm probably going to be planning a cosplay of it with it, because let's face it, it is basically kind of cosplay. It's kind of a cosplay jacket, but it's also a real jacket, and I love it. And I will probably show it in next week's episode. But enough about that. Next one I'm going to ramble about is the one coming up this weekend, which is Tri-City SuperCon. Basically, guest I want to see is only there on Saturday, and traveling to Kitchener for that con, for that day, it's basically half my day is going to be traveling on the bus, and I've basically only done that. Actually, every time I've been to Kitchener, I tend to go there by bus there, and then somehow get a ride back, or ride to the GO train that's on the Lakeshore line. But because and plus the Kitchener GO train does not run on Saturdays and Sundays, which kind of sucks, because that would have been better for me, because then I could easily hop the GO train from Union Station and go there and plan to come back. But that looks like it's not happening. So basically so this week I decided I'm not going to Tri-City SuperCon, just because of the amount of time I'm going to be traveling, so I wouldn't have fun at the con. I would be probably more tired at the con because of all the traveling I'm doing. And so basically, and basically me not doing Tri-City SuperCon means I am saving money, like basically be like total round trip ride on the GO bus, which would include the transfers, being like $30, and then I have to spend another $30. It's like, I did not want to waste $60 just for that, and also there's no purpose in me going, even though my one guest role is in effect for that con. However, it's the traveling. Basically, I don't like traveling to places that I want to go to for the full weekend, but unfortunately I'm not able to attend I could only do the one day. It's all weird for me, just to do one day in Kitchener or without a ride. And this is when I'm starting to think of maybe I should start learning to drive, but then no, I really do not want to plan on driving or learning to drive, because that is a big no for me. But the one good silver lining of me not spending all that money going to and from the Tri-City SuperCon is it will be saved up for the one con I will be doing, which is London Comic Con, which is the last weekend of October. And basically that con is going to be my mini vacation out of the city of Toronto. So I get to have a little fun, and plus I haven't been to London in, oh god, it's been a while since I have been to London, but I do enjoy myself there. And actually, my first trip to London is when I had planned my first scarf that was my own design, which was my Harley Quinn scarf, which I think there are pictures of my Harley Quinn scarf, I think, on my Facebook, and I believe Ravelry, and possibly my yeah, and possibly my Instagram, but it's also in my little cover photo for actually both my YouTube and Facebook. So basically, next con I will be attending is London Comic Con, and I will be staying with the wonderful London Batman. So yay! And the last thing I'm gonna ramble about, since I am not, which is another good thing of me not doing Tri-City SuperCon on this last minute, is I will be going to see Venom this weekend, and I know people are having mixed feelings with the movie. I don't bother listening to all the critics about movies. I go to whatever movie I feel like going to, and plus, I have been avoiding the trailers for a good majority of movies because, well, trailers these days tend to reveal a lot more than they should, or show stuff that never ends up in the final movie. So, this weekend I'm going to go see Venom. I actually have enough points to do a free VIP seat, but I am actually going to be saving those points for a VIP seat for Fantastic Beasts, which is, I believe, coming out next month. Yeah, I think it's next month. So, that's going to be my fun one. I think there's also another movie I want to... Oh yeah, Wreck-It Ralph is coming out next month as well. Or is it this month? I cannot remember. But, woo, this is going to be a nice fall of movies I get to see. So, enough of my ramblings. I probably rambled more than I did showing the whips of the week. But that is it for this week. I will see you all next week. Till then, stay crafty, my friends.